Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. There's a very odd matchup scheduled for March the 12th. And I say scheduled, it's by no means guaranteed that it'll go ahead because it involves Keith Thurman. This is a guy who lost to Manny Pacquiao, his only defeat, in July of 2019, and he's fought once since. And that was a unanimous decision over Mario Barrios. That was in 2022. He hasn't fought since. Now, he is going over to Sydney in Australia to fight Brock Jarvis. And I mean, I never would have seen this one coming. You never know whether he's retired, Thurman. I mean, he must be in his 35, must be in his mid-30s, I'd imagine. I don't know for certain. But they held a press conference for this. No, it wasn't a press conference. Was it it might have been one of those Zoom call things or something. I don't know what the hell it was. Because I read about it. I didn't watch it. I read about it. But Thurman apparently is well aware that Jarvis's people are bringing him over as, a name, fodder, if you like, for Jarvis to sort of hopefully add to his resume. Jarvis, in case you don't know, he's got 22 wins with 20 KOs, 1 defeat and no draws. He's 27 years old, 5'9" fighter, roughly the same height as Thurman. But in 2022, October 2022, he got absolutely obliterated by Liam Paro, just destroyed in the first round. And prior to that, he'd had a fight in America against a guy, I think the guy's name was Rodriguez, Alejandro Rodriguez, something like that. And I think it was a 5th round stoppage win for Jarvis. But this Rodriguez guy, unless I'm mistaken, had Jarvis on the floor or badly shook him. I mean, it was a real life and death struggle against an unheralded opponent. And the writing was on the wall for Jarvis because he fights with his face. I mean, he's very, very cavalier, extremely aggressive, all sorts of gaps in his defense, if you can call it a defense. And you just felt he's going to get chinned at some point. He's going to have to shore up that defense big time or he's going to get chinned. Now, I think Jeff Fennick was training him. I don't know whether that's still the case. But, yeah, if Keith Thurman has 70%, if he can muster 70% of what he used to be, he should knock Jarvis out without any problem. If it goes the distance in Australia, if it's close, I think they'll probably give it to Jarvis. But Jarvis has had 2 knockout wins over modest opposition. And I think one in 2023, one in 2024. Because he hasn't been that active. I mean, Thurman's virtually been retired, but Jarvis hasn't been that active. But this doesn't prepare him for someone like Keith Thurman. I mean, Keith Thurman's forgotten more than Brock Jarvis is ever going to know about boxing. But it's a calculated gamble. They're probably thinking, look, Jarvis is 27. He's as good as he's ever going to be. We'll bring in Thurman, who's, more or less retired. But he's a name and he's in his 30s now. Why not? Why not roll the dice? But a very odd, very, very odd matchup. And when I was, when I read about this, they had this press conference thing. I don't know what it was, a Zoom call or whatever the hell it was. Because, like I say, I only read about it. But someone below in the comments put something along the lines of Keith must be, the money must be getting low, or maybe he's come back for a fight just to earn a few quid. I don't know whether that's the case. But he is a strange guy, Keith Thurman. And the loss to Pacquiao, Pacquiao's final win was against Thurman. It doesn't look good because it was an old Pacquiao, but at the same time, it's his only defeat. And he was on the floor against Pacquiao as well. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it? It's a weird one. But Jarvis has always, ever since I watched him fight before he lost, he's looked brittle. He's looked so hittable, so incredibly hittable. He is exciting to watch. I mean, but when they were mouthing off, apparently at this little tete-a-tete they had, Jarvis was saying, "Oh, you've had your time. You're nothing. I'll finish you." And Thurman was just laughing and saying, "Oh, you brought me over here to bash me up. You must be joking. I'm going to smash you to bits, mate." So there seems to be a bit of bad blood as well. But yeah, if I was Thurman, I'd be thinking, get myself in shape, and I should be able to handle this guy. But sometimes people surprise you. Remember when Pacquiao went over and fought Jeff Horn? A lot of people thought Pacquiao won that fight. I thought Horn edged it. But, just because Horn had one terrible round, was it the 9th or the 10th? 9th, I think it was. That didn't mean he lost the fight. I thought he was pinching rounds, most of the early rounds against Pacquiao. Maybe we could see something similar. Not that Thurman was ever on Pacquiao's level, but then I don't think Brock Jarvis's best is probably going to be able to match Jeff Horn's best. But I don't know. Tell me what you think. I know a lot of you guys are from Australia. What do you think of Jarvis? Exciting fighter, but I think he looks very, very vulnerable, and that's obviously been proven by Liam Paro. But you tell me what you think of him. And what do you think of this matchup with Thurman? See, because Thurman has been so inactive, you can't really judge him on recent form because he has no recent form. One fight in over 5 years. Is it 5 years? Over 5 years. One fight. 1 12-round decision over Barrios, and that's your lot. Very difficult to make a judgment about this, but like I say, with Thurman, you never know, he might pull out. So let me know anyway what you think. Comments below. And please, if you like this video, hit the like button. And also, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be great because it helps us out always. Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen. Looking forward to reading what you got to say. And bye for now.